going to do today, we're going to use a little bit of equipment. So I'll just introduce some of the stuff that I have, and then while I'm talking, you guys can go and grab that if you have it, okay? So what I'd like you to grab is some type of a dowel. Okay, so I just have a stick. It could be a hockey stick, a broomstick, anything you'd like. Okay, so we're going to be using this quite pretty soon. If you don't have equipment, it's okay, but I just want to give you guys a chance because these are really great tools to have, and you can find a lot of these in your home. Okay, so if you have a dowel, grab that. If you have some type of fruit or like a small pillow or a yoga block, I have a ball. Okay, it could be a child's ball, dog's ball. It doesn't need to be the size, a basketball, anything. A grapefruit, just something to hold comfortably in your hands. This could also be a water bottle, okay, whatever you can find. The last thing we're going to use is some type of weight. So I do have dumbbells here, but I wanted to show you guys that just a soup can would work really well. So you only need one today. Okay, so we're just going to grab one soup can or a water bottle or a dumbbell. Okay, so soup can, some type of ball or like fruit of some type, and then a dowel. Okay, so those things will be implemented soon. So if you're going to go grab those, I'll just talk to the rest of you. We're going to start with a warm-up. Okay, and then we're going to continue from the warm-up into just kind of a general movement session with a little bit of resistance training, but a little bit more of finding our core integrity, posture, and getting used to how we move in space together, okay? So what I'm gonna say to all of you is if you have any questions for me, I have a chat box here that I can see throughout the whole workout. So feel free to write any questions you have. I'm more than happy to answer them. If it's in a break, I'll answer it right away. Otherwise, I will definitely save time at the end today, and we'll get to go over all of your questions then, okay? All right, so we're gonna get ready. I'm assuming people are done grabbing their equipment. So we're gonna get a nice tall seat. I will say that if you aren't in a wheelchair, if you feel comfortable and your balance is good enough, you can do this standing, okay? But I want you to feel stable. If there's any reason why you're unstable, you can do it holding onto a countertop, or I would just prefer you to sit, okay? So nice and tall in your chair. I'm gonna stay seated the whole time. Okay, nice and tall. We want to make our clavicle right here. So you can kind of see these bones on me. We want to make those really long. Okay, so if we make those really long, that brings our shoulders back. Okay, and then we're able to sit nice and tall. Okay, so we're just going to start with some head movements. So if you have any rods in your back, some of these might not be accessible to you, and that's okay. You're just going to do what you can. Okay, otherwise, we're going to take our gaze over to the right. Okay, and then we're going to come back to center. And to the left and center. Okay, everything's repetition. So we'll be doing a few of everything. So if you miss a few, you get a chance to jump back in. Okay, notice how my shoulders aren't moving. My shoulders are staying down. Okay, we're warming up the neck muscles. And rotate, good. And rotate. Nice. A few more. And last two. Good. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to look down. So we want to think of grabbing something here at our chin. So grab and then come up, and then we're going to look up and then back. Good. Coming back down and up, lift and down. Nice. Up. Good. Try not hang the head. We're just tucking that chin. Okay, last four. And two. Two more. Three. And one more. Good. Okay, now we're going to tip. So you're going to tip an ear to your shoulder. So we're going to keep the chin facing forward, and we're going to tip. Okay. So really important with this one, I see a lot of people, because they're so tight in the neck, they do this, and their chin is now facing away. So you want to keep your chin straight on, and this might feel really, really tight right here. Okay, and it might not look like mine. It might be barely a movement, but we really want to make sure that we're getting that area on the side of the neck. Okay, so just do your best. And 6. Okay, my shoulders are down. 8, think collarbone nice and long right here. And 10. And over, good. Almost there. This is 4. And 3. And 2. And 1, good. Okay, you're gonna shrug your shoulders up all the way to your ears. You're gonna make this gap disappear and then exhale, drop the shoulders. Okay, big inhale. And exhale, let everything go. And exhale, good. And again. And exhale, nice. And 4 more. And exhale. And exhale, 2 more. Up. And exhale, last time. Up. And exhale, nice. Okay, we're gonna roll those shoulders forward. So we're gonna go nice and big. Okay, my hands are hanging at my sides or they're just resting in my lap. Okay, we're not using our arms. Our arms are down, okay? Up, nice and big forward. 5, 6, 7, good. 8, trying to get nice big circles out of those shoulders. And now we go backwards. 1 and 2, 3, that's it. 4, 5, 6, good. 8 and 9 and 10, awesome. Okay, now we're gonna come in and we're gonna make a square with our shoulders. So we're gonna do the up and then we're gonna come down. Okay, and now you're gonna think of pushing the shoulders down to the floor. So they're gonna go down. So see how small that movement was? And then relax, okay? Now we're gonna think of making our collarbone really short. So we wanna make it short. So you see how my shoulders come forward. So if I'm sitting sideways, it looks like this. Yeah, so you see my shoulder blades are coming away from each other on my back. Okay, so we make collarbone short and then come back. And now we're gonna try and make the collarbone really long, so long that I can feel tension behind my back. Okay, and then rest, good. So these are all the ranges of motion of the shoulder blades. Okay, really important for shoulder health. So let's try that again. So we go up and then relax. Okay, and then we're gonna take them down, really subtle, and then relax. Now we wanna make this short. So we make it short, good. And then relax. And now we wanna retract and make the collarbone really long. And then relax. Okay, 2 more cycles, up and down. Okay, depress down and then relax. Shorten the collarbone and rest. And now retract, lengthen collarbone and rest. Good, last time. Up, shoulders should be getting warm by now. And down. Okay, shoulders are awesome and really good because no matter what your disability level is, you're probably, if you're able to sit and watch this at a computer, you probably have range of your shoulders to some degree. So this is a really good way to start warming up everybody, regardless of what you're working with. Okay, from there, we're gonna do our first reach up above the head. So this hand's gonna go down at my side and I'm gonna reach up. Okay, and I want you to pretend like you're pulling something down from the ceiling. So you're gonna pull it down and bring it back down. Okay, other side, reach. Okay, and then down. If you don't have full range, you're just gonna try your best, okay? So you wanna try and get this elbow straight. And down. And switch. And down, good. Switch. And down. And again, switch. And down. So just make sure you're moving, okay? Reach if you're not on my tempo and you need more time for your transitions, that's totally okay. Okay, but I'm gonna keep a medium pace for those that wanna just keep moving a little quicker. Okay, last 4 here. Make sure you're looking at your hand. So if you can and you have that range in your neck, we just warmed it up. Try and keep your eye gaze up. Okay. And down, awesome, good. Okay, now we are gonna do a twist. So I want you to put your hands over to the side and you're gonna lift through the chest and look over your shoulder. Okay, so my collarbone is long. We're not coming in like this, okay? So I'm only twisting as far as I can if I can keep my chest lifted. And we're gonna hold for 30 seconds, okay? You're on the clock. 30 full counts. So it's really important to hold these stretches for at least 30 seconds, okay? Otherwise, it can actually create more tension in the muscles. Okay, you're halfway. And you're gonna take it slowly, unwind to the other side, okay? Nice and slow, okay? Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna turn around, okay? You can brace your hands on your wheel or on your thigh. I'm using my thigh. Okay, and you're gonna lift your chest up, so making these collarbones really long, okay? Shoulders down, and you're gonna rotate and then look over your shoulder, okay? 30 seconds here. Make sure you're breathing. If you can't breathe in this position, we're too far into the stretch, okay? You need to just back it off a little bit. Okay, you're halfway. And slowly unwind. Awesome. Okay, now we're gonna do rotations. So you're gonna have one hand down at your thigh. You're gonna push into it to let yourself rotate, and then you're gonna look over your shoulder and tap as far as you can. And then we'll do the other side. Okay, and tap, and switch, and tap, and switch. Good. And tap, and switch. Hi, Jay. I saw the Jay signed on. And switch. I hope you're joining me, Jay. And switch. And tap. Good. Switch. Tap. And switch. Awesome. Tap. And switch. And tap. Let's do two more. Tap. And switch. And tap. And switch. Good. Okay. So now we're going to take really big fingers if you can. So if you are able to lengthen your fingertips, okay, you won't be able to see this in the screen, but I want you to reach out and have your fingertips long as best as you can. Okay, then from here, you're gonna give yourself a really big hug. Okay, and notice how I have one hand on top of the other. So you wanna make sure one arm is on top, or not like this, okay? Hug really tight. Then when we do it again, you're gonna take the opposite hand on top. Opposite, good. Okay, and again, out. And hug, nice. When you go out, you want to try and get your hands as far out to the sides as you can. And cross, good. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. Nice. And out. And in. You have four more. 1. So warm up should be repetitive, right? We're warming up the body. So we want to give enough repetition so the body has a chance to perform in the proper way with the proper form. Because then we're adapting that into our workout, right? So no matter what your warm up looks like, it doesn't need to look like mine, but you need to make sure that we're warming up before we work out, okay? It decreases your risk of further injury. It can also improve your performance in your workout, which is important. Okay, good. All right, shake that out. So now let's get into the wrists. Okay, so you're gonna have one hand out and you're gonna just do some nice big circles with your wrist, okay? I realize some of you won't be able to do a full circle, but I want you to try your best, okay? And you can get some type of wrist movement here, even if it's just a half moon, okay? And if you have full range, you wanna try and get really big. 7, 8, good, 9, 10, and let's do the other side, okay? Same direction. So we're going out the same direction, and then we're gonna repeat after. And 3, 4, hope you guys are doing okay. 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, 10. Keep this arm out if you have the arm strength, and we're gonna repeat the other side. 2, we'll get back to the other side after. 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, good. 8, 9, and 10. Other way. 1, 2, I went this way last time. 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Good. Okay, we're going to have a hand on the shoulder. Okay. If this isn't accessible to you, you can just try and bring the hand over. Okay. Hand here. Or if you can't have a hand there, then you're just going to do the movement with the arm. Okay. So hand on the shoulder, and I want you to lift your arm. Okay. And I want you to do tiny little rotations, but you should be feeling it from up here. So if I'll turn this way. So if I'm here, the movement is coming from under my hand. Okay, so you're feeling that shoulder joint. Okay, so we're doing tiny little circles. 7, 8, 9, and then switch. 1, 2, okay, I'll turn this way so you can see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just getting some proprioception on what it feels like to move in the shoulder joint. Good, shake that up. Okay, other side. Hand up, here we go. One way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, switch. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Good job, you guys. Okay, a little bit more of warm up, and then we'll get started on some core exercises. Okay, so here we're going to bring our arms down at our sides. So we're going to be here. Okay, so my elbows are glued into my ribs. Okay, and you're going to think of bringing the elbows up. Okay, so that's 1. So we're going to come 1, then we're going to open them up, 2, and then 3, and then down 4. Okay. And open, close, and then down, okay? Watch when you come here, when we lift, watch that we're not doing this, okay? I see a lot of elbows drop. So here, we need to make sure, if I look over, I could put a cup of water anywhere on my arm or my wrist, okay? From there, this elbow stays high as if it's on a counter. So it's as if it's on a counter here. So they stay up. And we rotate, and then we come down. Okay, try that again. 1, open, close, and then fully close. 1, open, close, and fully close. Okay, we're going to be doing 10 of these. We'll call this 3. 3, and down. Good. Really good for the rotator cuff. If you have any shoulder injuries or if you use a manual chair, this is a really good one to help increase the strength in that rotator cuff. If you have pain in any of this, I highly recommend you back off or just don't do the position that's hurting. Okay, this is a self-directed workout. I can't see you, so you have to work within your boundaries. So if you can't do everything I'm showing today, that's totally fine. I don't want you further hurting an injury, okay? And nice. Almost there. Okay. And last 2. Up, almost there. Arms should be burning by now. Down and up. Good. Okay, why don't you guys shake out those arms, get a sip of water. I'm going to take 1 minute, and then we're going to get started. So if you weren't here before, I would highly recommend a dowel. Just repeat the, the things we need again. So a dowel would be great. Okay, or a broomstick or a hockey stick, something like that. Okay, and then some type of a ball or a light. It doesn't need to be this big. It could even be like a lacrosse ball. It could be a grapefruit, basketball, anything. We're not going to bounce it, so it doesn't need to be round, but just something easy to hold. Okay, and then you dumbbells, 1 dumbbell if you have a light one. Otherwise, I'm using a soup can. Okay, and we don't need a pair. We just need 1. Being really light is fine. You can also do a water bottle, okay? So I'll give you another 30 seconds to get that stuff, get some water, okay? And then we're gonna get started on some core work, okay? If anyone has any questions right now, feel free to write it in the chat. And it goes right to me and I can address them, okay? Questions are great. I'd love to answer your questions. Or comments. All right. So the first thing we're going to start with is going to be with the dowel, okay? So we're going to start with just the dowel right in front of us. If you find that you have a compromised core and having your arms out like this doesn't work for you, you can have them in slightly. So you can have your elbows bent, okay? Otherwise, arms are going to be straight out, okay? And now we're going to bring the bar in as if we're going to break it across our chest, okay? So collarbone long, and we're going to bring it in and we're going to break, and then back, okay? And break, and then back, good. And break, and back, and break, and back, good. Break, and back. So when you're doing this, try and feel what your shoulder blades are doing behind your back, okay? So we should be feeling them retracting. So as we pulled our chest, we should be feeling those shoulder blades getting closer together on our back, okay? If you can't feel that, you can always bring your hand and just tap right in between your shoulder blades to get a bit of kinesthetic awareness, and that will help us kind of feel a bit better what's happening back there, okay? 10 more from here. And 2. Collarbone nice and wide, nice and long. 3. And 4. And 5. 6. And 7. And 8. 9. Good, last one. 10, and then relax. Awesome, okay? So now we're gonna do a rotation. So the dowel is gonna be just in front of your chest, okay? It doesn't need to be full, just halfway. And you're gonna pretend like this dowel is attached to something around your waist. So this dowel doesn't move from your chest. So we're not gonna move like this, okay? It has to stay in front of your chest. So we're gonna use our torso and try and rotate as best as we can. And then up, okay? If you're in a wheelchair with a big dump or anything, it's sometimes helpful to put a block behind you so that you can sit a little bit taller so that we can access those trunk rotational muscles, okay? So coming in, and we're gonna rotate and then come back to center, and then we go the other way. Center, good. Okay, it doesn't need to be very big. Yours might not look like mine, and that's okay. You may not get hardly any movement, but I want you to still think mind-body connection. Feel those rotational muscles in your torso working. Okay, try and imagine that, what you want to have happen. Mind-body connection is really big, okay? Especially if we have any neuromuscular deficiencies or dysfunction. It can really help with that lack of signal that's happening, okay? So it's like anything. If you have a goal, right? If you can't visualize yourself doing that goal, or achieving it, how are we going to do it, right? So you got to visualize what you want to have happen, okay? Because sometimes feeling isn't always the best way to measure how we're doing. Okay, last 4. And 3. And 4. Good, awesome. All right, we're going to do those 2 again, okay? But we're going to superset them. So we're going to go right into, we're going to do 20 of these. Okay, and then we're gonna go into 20 of these. If you can't do 20, if it feels like a lot, it's okay. You're gonna do what you can, okay? But for those of you that can, keep up and try and do the 20, okay? Work to your comfort level and just barely pushing yourself out of your comfort level, okay? Here we go. So pressing, collarbone long. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Awesome, halfway. Keep going. 5, 6, good, 7, and 8. Anyone getting hot? 9, and 10. I'm wishing I had my window open. Good. Okay, now we're going to rotate. 1, and 2. Okay, remember the arms don't need to be really far out. They're just halfway. and 4. Sitting up tall. And 6. And 7. And 8. This is 9. And you're halfway. And 2. Good. 3. Just let your neck go with the movement. So we want to just follow our head with where we're going, okay? So we don't want to put strain in the neck. Just let it follow the torso. This is 3 and 2, and that's 1. Good. All right, shake that out, get a little sip of water, and then we're going to go into our next superset, okay? Now's the time for questions, if you have any questions about those. Okay, also I'll put it out there. Any of you are liking this and you guys are looking for some exercise options, we do have 3 more, at least the last time I checked, we have 3 more spots available for the personal training pilot study. And what that does is it is through the Disability Foundation, BC Moss, and it gives you 3 months of unlimited access to online workouts and programs on the Ocean Insider Club subscription site. So it's all adaptive workouts, all can be done at home or in a gym, if you ever get back to the gym. And it also includes one-on-one coaching calls with me. So there's only 3 spots left. So if you haven't signed up yet, I highly recommend you go to the link. There's a survey that you need to fill out, and it's gonna be first come, first serve. So the next 3 people will be the ones to fill the slot, okay? So you can go do that after this. All right, let's go into our overhead tips. So the dowel is gonna go overhead, okay? And I'm actually gonna move this up slightly so you can see what my hands are just gonna be up here, okay? So really tall. My hands can be as wide as you'd like. If we're more narrow, this is gonna be a little more challenging, okay? And if we're out here, it's gonna be a little bit easier. So I'll let you guys decide. Okay, I'm gonna go in the middle. Now, so that's what my hands are doing. I'm gonna bring it back down, okay? So here, we wanna stay nice and tall, okay? And we wanna think of tipping over just slightly, and then coming back to center by using our core, okay? And then we go to the other side, tip, and then up, okay? So my arms are staying in the relationship to my ear the whole time. So we're not just moving the arms like this. We're tipping from the whole body, and then up, okay? Keep going. Do a set of 20 here, if you can, okay? If you have to put your arms down, that's fine. And 5. And 6, and 7, good. This is 8, and 9, 10, halfway. 1, and 2, 3. Don't worry if you're not at my tempo. Do what you can. 5, 6. So this might be a really hard balance point for some of you, and that's okay. This is good. 9, and that's 20. Good. Bring those arms down. Awesome. All right, we're going to be done with the dowel for now, so we can put that away. Okay. So next we're going to use our ball. Okay, so this can be your grapefruit. This can be your, I don't know, anything you have that's light. It doesn't need to be round. Okay, it's just something to hold. I could actually have used the soup can for this too, but I had this, so we're going to use this, okay? So we're going to do a chopping action, okay? And you'll find a lot of these exercises on the subscription site, Ocean Insider Club. So if you do decide to go do that after, or you are maybe already on the subscription, these are some really good reviews of some of the exercises that you might be following in your programs, okay? So this is a wood chop. So we want to have whatever we're holding in our hands, okay? And we want to think of the chopping action, so that it's going to be like a slice right across, okay? So we're going to start up here, so like in the corner quadrant by my ear. So we're going to come up, and then without changing the shape of my torso, I'm going to try chop down to my hip, okay? So my opposite hip, okay? So we're up, and then chop, okay? What I don't want to see is this, okay? So we don't want to try and avoid falling forward. Okay, so try your best to come up and then down. Okay, so if you can use a little bit of force with it, and we'll do that. If you're just trying to keep your balance, you can be a bit smoother. Okay, here we go. 15, and 2, and 3. Okay, we're still on core exercises. 5, although many of you would like to argue that this might be for your arms. And 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, and good, and 12. Last 3. Okay, if you can't do 15, do what you can. 2, and 3. Good. Give your arms a little rest. 30 seconds. Okay. So do what you can. You don't have to keep up with me. Maybe you're even going quicker than me, and that's okay. Okay. If you want to make this more challenging, you add more oomph. Okay. After that, you can start making whatever you're holding a bit heavier. Okay. Let's try the other side. So now we're going to chop from up here down to my other hip. And down. And 2, good. We're trying to not rotate the torso. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 8, over halfway. 10, good. Make sure you guys are breathing. I haven't given that cue yet, but make sure you're breathing through everything. Okay, 2 more. Up. And up. Nice. Good. All right. Now we're going to superset it with some circles. Okay. So we're just going to do some circles right out in front. 4. Okay. The bigger you make it, the more challenging it is to stabilize. So it's up to you. You can keep it in here even. Okay. Whatever's the most challenging for you without us being all over the place. Okay. Nice and tall. And then switch directions. And 1. 4, 5, 6, 7 to 15. 14 and relax. Good. All right. Take 1 minute rest. Okay. You get water. Let other people catch up. Questions. And then we are going to do those 2 again. Okay. So anyone has questions in the chat? And even if you're not thirsty, if you guys are getting hot, I highly recommend that you hydrate. Okay, really important. Okay, so I'll just say again, for those of you just coming in, grab something light that you can hold, like a ball. And eventually we're going to use 1 soup can or a dumbbell. You have a small dumbbell, okay? 30 seconds, and then we're doing that superset again, okay? So the wood chops, it's actually a tricep because we have 2 sides, wood chops, and then the circles, okay? It's a long one. Okay? So this time, let's start on the side that you ended with. So I will be starting up here, okay? Here we go. And 1. Notice how my elbows are not completely straight. That's okay. 7 and 8. Good. I'm showing the smooth version. Okay, if you want to do it more dynamic, feel free. It's like you're going to throw the ball, but you don't. Okay, so it's really forceful. And 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Okay, other side. Ready? And 1. Good. 8, 9, 10. If you have grip issues, think of really pressing your palms in together. Okay, 3 more. 2, and 3. Good. Okay, circles. So if you want more challenge, you're going to make the circles bigger. If you want or don't need that much of a challenge and it's already challenging to hold ball out here, you can just take them really small. Okay, think of keeping those collarbones long because what we want to avoid here is this. Okay, we don't want to get into the neck. Okay, so if needed, You can lean back slightly to stay a bit taller if you have a back of your chair, okay, as opposed to falling forward. I'd rather you go back and get a little support and stay tall than us use all these muscles up in here, because that's nasty. We don't want to get that stuff tight or tighter than it already is, okay? Here we go. $15 on each side. 5. And switch. That was a quick switch. Good. This is 12. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Okay, you're done with the ball. So next thing, soup can. Okay, so for those of you joining in, soup can or dumbbell, we only need one. You don't need a pair. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit of some arm work. Okay, so biceps and triceps, accessory muscles. Okay, but these are very important if you're doing transfers, if doors are heavy and you're having to pull doors or push your chair into the car or whatever. So we want to make sure that we hit all these muscles, right, without overdoing it. Okay, so we're only going to do one arm at a time today so that we can stabilize with the other hand, because I want us to be as tall as possible. So the last thing we want is to sacrifice our posture in order to lift more weight. Okay, so I'm going to recommend that you put your hand somewhere that stabilizes you if you don't have a very strong functioning core. The other option is you can use a chest strap. Okay, so we're going to have the hand down, and I'm actually going to move this down so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to have the weight in our hand. The elbow is going to stay locked at our side. Okay, so this hand is down to stabilize. Okay, and we're going to have our fingernails to us. Okay, so I'm holding the soup can here. Okay, so I'm going to let it come down to my side. So we're going to be working the muscle right in here. Okay, in order to do that, we need to keep this elbow glued at my rib. We don't want to come up and let it come up here. We don't want the elbow this high. So we want to keep it down. Okay, and we're going to think of curling the soup can to our shoulder. Okay, so it's not out here, it's not over here, it's right in front. And then you're going to control it down. Okay, and while I do this, I'm keeping my collarbone long. Okay, so up, move this up just a little bit so my face isn't cut off. Okay, so we're here and then down. Okay, nice and controlled. This hand is holding on to something to stabilize because I want to see your collarbone really long. Okay, 15. And 5. So if we're doing this correctly and we're really focusing on that bicep, you won't need as much weight, right? As opposed to doing it not neat, a little bit more sloppy, or we're not caring about where this is going, we're letting our shoulders round, right? Then we're compensating. But if we're really, this is an isolation exercise, so if we're really isolating these muscles right here, you shouldn't need a lot of load, okay, to get benefit. Okay, last 5. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Good. Okay, shake out that arm, and then we're going to go to the other side. Okay, so the other hand's going to stabilize. This hand's going to be here, elbow, okay, glued at the rib. Make sure your collarbone is long. Okay, and we're going to curl up, fingernails to the armpits. So we're not out here, we're not in here, we're right here. Okay, and then down, and up, and down, and up, down, and 3, good, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, to 15. This is 10. Okay, like I said, you can always go up in weight if this is feeling good. You can always get like a dog food can, or if you do have dumbbells, it's always an option. Water is nice. You can fill a water bottle with sand. It's a good one. Equipment is hard to come by right now. Should be better in the next few months. And relax. Good. Shake that out. Okay. Now we're going to do a tricep extension. Okay. So this, for those of you that don't have triceps, I'm going to recommend that you do this without any weight. Okay. So for this, we're going to be bringing the weight or our arm overhead. Okay. So our arm overhead. And if you have weight, you're just going to hold the weight above. Okay. We want to keep this elbow right at my ear. We can't let the arm fall forward. So that alone might be difficult. And if that is the case and you're able to, you can always put your hand here. Okay. Otherwise, we're stabilizing down here. Okay. And you're just going to, it's as if you're going to tap the back of your head. And then we extend. Okay. And extend. And like I said, if you know that you're a higher level injury and you don't have triceps, I highly recommend that you don't use any weight, okay? Because this is just gonna create more work for the neck. 6, 7. So like I said, not everything today will be accessible for everyone, and that's okay. You're just gonna do what fits you, what suits you best. Last 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Okay, shake that out. Other side. So up, if you need to, you can come here. Otherwise, this hand's stabilizing. Coming down, curling behind the head, and up. Okay, notice how my neck is still long. So I'm not coming in here. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Keep going. 5 more. 2, 3, and 4. And that's 5. Awesome. Good. Shake it out. Okay. We're going to do all of that one more time. So get some water. Okay. If you have any questions, you can type it in the chat, comments. We'll take about a minute right now, and then we're going to repeat those arm exercises. So bicep curls and then overhead tricep extension. Okay. So 1 minute. And I'll look for any comments or questions anyone has. Okay. All right. I hope you're all doing pretty good. I haven't heard much for commentary. So I'll take that as a good sign. Okay, so we're getting ready. Bicep curls. So I'll move this down a bit. Okay, so we're here. Let's actually start on the side we ended with. Okay, here we go. Fingernails to armpits, down. Gluing that elbow in. 2. And 3. And 6. And last 5. And 2. And 3. 4. And this is 5. Good. Okay, and then we switch sides. Same thing. Glue that elbow in, collarbone long. Fingernails to armpits. Going a little faster this time. Okay. You can keep your tempo. It's not a problem. 4, 5, 6. 9. And 10. Last 5. And 2. 3. 4, keep that neck nice and long. 5, good. Okay, overhead tricep extension. So starting with the side we ended with last time. Okay, if you needed support, you can come here, or you can use no weight. Okay, here we go. Down and up. Good. My neck stays nice and long. And 3. And 4. 5. 6. Good. 8. And 10, last 5. 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. And this is your last one, and 5. Nice. Okay, other side, last time. Here we go. Support if you need it. Nice and long, neck long. Okay, if you guys feel too much in here with this one, you can just take the weight down, or you don't have to do this one, okay? This isn't, like I said, every exercise in here isn't for every single person. We're all gonna be a bit different. And you're just gonna do what you can. And 8. And 9. Good. This is 5 more. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Last 4 and 5. Awesome. Good. All right. Awesome job. Okay, that's the workout for today. So we're just going to end with a couple stretches, and then if you guys have any questions or comments, like I've been saying, I would love to answer questions. So please put them in the chat. Okay. Otherwise, we're going to grab an arm, we're going to catch it, and we're going to bring it across. And we're going to hold. Okay, so nice big stretch of the shoulder here. 30 seconds. Okay, shoulders are relaxed, nice and tall. Three, 2, 1. Okay, good, shake it out. Okay, grabbing the other hand, grab. Okay, hold, shoulder up here. "30 seconds. We never want to hold less when we're doing these isometric stretches. Okay, and these are really good to do after a workout, after you've done exercise, some type. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Okay, last one, we're just gonna grab, so make that sexy double chin that we did at the beginning, and then you're gonna grab something at your chin. Okay, and you're gonna hold this time for 30 counts. Okay, shoulders relaxed, grabbing something. So all the way up the back of the neck. Last 10. And slowly come on up. Awesome. Okay, congratulations to those of you that just did that full workout with me. That's super awesome. So I will stay on for a little bit for questions. And yeah, so write them in the chat. Anything you want to know, if you want to know more about the pilot study that's going on, if you want to be on that pilot study and get 3 months access to coaching programs and one-on-one coaching with me, you can ask about that. I believe it is up on the Disability Foundation site. Anything else you have questions about the workout, any questions from me, I'd be more than happy to answer. Okay. And we just have a couple comments coming in, so we'll just wait till those upload. So I believe this video will be posted later, so if you guys want to do this workout again, you will have access to it. But I will be coming on every Thursday for the next a few Thursdays. So I can see you every Thursday at noon for the next, I think, 4. Mike Styles says, great information during the workout. Thank you. You're welcome, Mike. Thanks for joining in. Awesome. Okay, we'll just see if there's any other ones. Okay, and just for anyone that is there, I'll just repeat. The Disability Foundation will have the PT pilot study available. There is a survey that you have to fill out first. Last I checked, there was 3 spots left. So I haven't checked yet. I haven't checked yet since this workout. So there may be spots taken, but if you're interested in that, some online coaching, one-on-one coaching calls with me, access to dozens of adaptive exercises and workout programs geared at you, I highly recommend you go and sign up. And the first 25 people get free registration, and you even get some TheraBands sent to you. So equipment, free registration, working out for 3 months sounds pretty cool. There's 3 spots left. Okay. Someone asked a thing specific to ataxia. So I know there's different types of that. So it would really depend on yours specifically. Everybody's quite different. So if you want to give me a little bit more information, I could help you out. But other than that, I don't have any general guidelines for that to give you. I'll maybe wait and see if you give me a little bit more information. And that was Lori. Okay. So we had a few people join in today. That's good. That's awesome. Lori says, MESCA. I'm not quite sure what that is. MESCA. Oh, SCA. I think that's an abbreviation for something. I'm not sure what that abbreviation is. You'd have to give me the full name of that. Feel free to do that, Lori, so that I can give you. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Nicole. Thanks for coming. The goal is to get everybody moving a little bit today. And Lori, I'll wait for your response because I do want to be able to help you a little bit. Perfect. Spinal cerebellum ataxia. Okay. So Lori, I'm assuming that has to do with balance and coordination and speech and eye movement and stuff. That's typically maybe not so much speech, but the eye movement, coordination with your hands and your eyes and maybe walking and stuff. I'm going to assume that's what that's related to. That's kind of what the cerebellum is related to in terms of what it helps us with. So things that are going to be great for you are going to be any of those little balance / core exercises that we did today. You can modify them as needed. but anything of that nature where you're having to challenge your balance and core stability. Not knowing if you're in a chair or if you use walking poles or whatever your mode of transportation is, maybe you're ambulatory, but whatever that is, you can do these exercises to how it fits you best. So if you're very stable and you can stand on your feet, it might be a good challenge for you to do the exercises standing, and just make sure that you have a support near you so that you feel safe and secure and we don't have any falls. Maybe you have a walker, and that's something we'd want to do with a chair behind you so that you can use your walker and have your hands down, but if something happens, you can fall back into the chair, and it's a stable chair, not like a stool, right? So that's what I would say. So a lot of the stuff that we did, you can repeat this workout, but a lot of the stuff we did with the dowel would be really good in the ball, and the warm-up stuff where I asked you guys to bring your eyes to your hands. Any of that eye-hand coordination stuff is going to be really beneficial for you. So that's a start. I hope that helped. Okay, thanks, Lori. Okay, so about 4 minutes. See if anyone else has any questions. I'd be more than happy. I also have a lot of really cool information on my website if any of you are interested. It's just www.oceanrehabandfitness.com. I do write some blogs on there, and there's some really great ones. I also recommend looking, if you are on Facebook or social media, you can ask to join the private Facebook group, Ocean Rehab and Fitness. And you'll just have to like the page first, and then you can ask to enter the private group. And it's private because I like to keep it just to this type of community. I don't just want anyone in there because I want it to be a nice, safe space where we can all discuss things. And I do share a lot of information on there. I give weekly tips on either some type of workout, stretching, nutrition, goal setting, mindset, all that sort of stuff. And it's all geared at physical disabilities, spinal cord MS, spina bifida, that sort of thing. So I would highly recommend you tuning into that as well, and you can just have access to the whole feed. So go like the page, and then you can have access to the private Facebook group, okay?